is the truth. The word you must live by. All of the words in the Old and the New. You can't just stay in the New Testament and say, oh, we don't deal with the Old Testament anymore. Yes, you do. All this word is truth and is still in effect, man. Alright? It's still in effect. That's why Christ said this. Which one was it? With me real quick, Israel. I think it was Matthew 8. Yeah, Matthew 5 verse 17. Come on, clear up. That's why Christ said this. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one title shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Whomsoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. That's what you Gentiles do, teach the law is done away with. Alright? But Israel keep the law through Hamashiach, Christ. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Alright? And you Gentiles don't teach about the law. Y'all say the law is done away with, and he just told y'all, Christ just told y'all himself the law is not done away with. So y'all the liar is the most high in the liar. Alright, let's go to 1 Kings 10 and 9. 1 Kings 10 verse 9. Blessed be the Lord thy God, your God Israel, which delighted indeed to set thee on the throne of Israel, because the Lord loved Israel forever. No temporary like you heathens teach, man. The Lord loved Israel forever. Therefore made he king to do judgment and justice. So no matter what y'all say about his people, man, he loved them forever. He's always going to choose Israel over you Gentiles. Anytime. Alright? Anytime. That's why y'all messed up at by saying, oh, he cast off his people and grafted in the whole world. Y'all gonna pay for that, man. Y'all gonna pay for that with y'all life, man. Y'all don't understand. Let's go to 2 Samuel 7 and 24. That's where y'all made a big mistake at. You think you're gonna cast off God's chosen people and get away with it? Try to cast them off. 7 verse 24. For thou hast confirmed to thyself thy people Israel to be a people, listen carefully, heathen, people Israel to be a people unto thee forever. Hold up. Don't y'all say he cast them off and grafted y'all in? That's why you're going to pay, man. Unto thee forever, not temporary. And thou, Lord, art become their God, not your God. 3 verse 24. And what one nation in the earth is like thy people, even like Israel, whom God went to redeem for a people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for you great things and terrible. It's right. Was putting y'all heathens to death, man. For thy land, before thy people, which thou redeemest to thee from Egypt, from the nations and their gods. Alright, y'all heathens can never cast away God and his chosen people, man. Y'all made a mistake by trying to do that. The Most High don't care for you Gentiles, man. But he's gonna allow some of y'all to be servants and handmaids, because y'all was always servants. Let's get this. Let's go to Esther. All you brothers on YouTube, man, that's trying to save these Gentiles, I need to stop it, man. Because the Most High gonna put a lot of us Israelites to death too, man. Esther 14 verse 11. O Lord, give not thy power unto them that be nothing. See that? Because the heathen Gentiles is nothing to the Most High. He don't care for them. And let them not laugh at our fall, but turn their devices upon themselves, and make him an example that have begun this against us. You see that? Let's go to what am I looking for? 2, 3. Okay, let's go to Isaiah 40, 15 through 17. Let's get him to say it. He's going to say it again. Listen carefully, Heathen. The Most High don't care about y'all. Isaiah 40, verse 15 and 17 through 17. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as a small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the islands as a very little thing. Verse 16. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn. All right, we skipped that one. Let's go to 17. All nations before him are as nothing. Didn't he just say that in the book of Esther? And they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. Wow. But y'all heathens and y'all religious people talking about some John 3:16. I know it hurt, man. I know it hurts, but the truth is the truth. Like, his word is truth, man. Let's read that again. All nations, not some, all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. Y'all is nothing and less than nothing and vanity to him. See, but y'all so puffed up in pride and arrogance, y'all just don't understand, man. Y'all don't understand nothing about life. Nothing about the Most High, his word. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 6 and 54. Let's see what he says here. 6 and... Let me see something. Okay. Bear with me real quick, Israel. Okay, now let's go back to 2nd Esdras. Okay, let's read 54 again. Clear up. And after these, Adam also made. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and all the people also whom thou hast chosen. All right, so everybody comes from Adam, right? 1, 2. Let's go to Acts 17 and 26. Acts 17 and verse 26. And have made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on all the face of the earth, and have determined the times before the appointed and the bounds of their habitations. So everybody's one blood, right? But remember, he said, whom thou chose to. He separated. Of course, you have to come from Adam, all nations, right? Let's go to Tobit, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to Tobit. Tobit 8 and 6. Thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, came mankind. You see that? Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself. So, just getting precepts that everybody comes from Adam, right? Including you heathens too. But watch this. Let's continue. Ecclesiastes 33 verse 10. Let's get some precepts. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. Okay. Let's go to the second address. Second address, 3 verse 7. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointest death in him, and in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number. You see that? So we just getting some precepts. 1 Kings 8:53. Here we go. 1 Kings 8:53. For thou didst separate them from among all people of the earth. See that? To be thine inheritance, as thou speakest by the hand of Moses thy servant, when thou broughtest our fathers out of Egypt, O Lord God. All right, just because everybody comes from Adam does not mean God choose the heathens. He don't care. All right, which I just proved to you. Now let's go back to second Esdras 6 verse 56. Let's continue. So we all come from Adam. Let's agree on that. But the Most High chose the people that he loved. As for the other people which also come of Adam, you Gentile heathens, thou hast said that they are nothing. Didn't he say that in Esther? Did he say that in Isaiah 40 verse 17? But be like unto spittle. So you Gentile heathens is like spit to the Most High. and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Wow. He confirmed it so many times. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. That's right. Because our power was stripped. Israel's power was stripped. And he gave it to the hand of the heathen. Right? Because we broke and transgressed his law. Let's read that again. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, I need y'all to get this, Gentiles. Thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. That's deep. That is deep. Let's continue. Let's read 58. But we thy people, we your people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, because the world was made for Israel, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? That's why Israel captivity about to return right now. All right, let's go to God become to be lords over us. Isaiah 26 and 13. See, they're not going to teach you like this in the church. They're going to lie to y'all. All right, and just feed you John 3:16. 26 verse 13. O Lord, our God, other lords besides you, have had dominion over us. See, you heathens, but by thee only will we make mention of thy name. Okay, let's go to Psalms 106, 41 through 42. This ain't a game now. Psalms 106, 41 through 42. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen. You see that? He made us the tail and Yah the head. And they that hated them ruled over them. You see? You heathen hate Israel, the true Israelites, the so-called Negroes. Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their hands. Look at that. And y'all think y'all not going to pay for it? Let's go to Daniel 4 and 34. Daniel 4:34 through 35. Look at what Nebuchadnezzar said. And at the end of the days of Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up my eyes unto heaven, and my understanding returned unto me. And I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that liveth forever. And Nebuchadnezzar was a heathen Gentile, man, a Babylonian king, whose dominion is everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. Wait a minute. How many times does the Bible says you heathen ain't nothing? And all the inhabitants of the earth. Now you know he's not talking about his people, because he separated Israel from y'all. And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. And he doth according to his will in the army of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand or say unto him, what doest thou? You see that? That heathens don't understand, man, what's coming for y'all. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 6. 6 verse 55. Let's read this again. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. You see that? The Most High created the world for the Israelites' sake. Okay? He created it for the Israelites' sake. Alright? And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. Because for their sakes I made the world. So before Israel came along, and Adam and all of them, that's why the Bible said he declared the end from the beginning. He knew the things from the beginning already, what he was going to create. He knew Adam and Jacob and Abraham them was going to come from, be born into the world, because he's seen it already. He created it. Because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then it was decreed that is now done. You see that? Let's go to Exodus 4 and 22. I don't understand, man. Satan deceives y'all, man. Exodus 4. Exodus 4 and I said 22, right? 4 and 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son. The Lord Israel is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto thee, Let my son go, that he may serve me. And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. And that's what happened. And all you nations got the Negroes, man, the Israelites. And if y'all don't let them go, Most High is going to punish y'all, man. He's going to do it anyway. Okay. Verse 45. 45 through 47. Be not wroth with us, but spare thy people. You see that? And have mercy upon thy own inheritance, for thou art merciful unto thy creature. Then answered he me, and said, Things present are for the present, and things to come for such as be to come. For thou comest far short, that thou shouldest be able to love my creature more than I. So Esdras was pleading to the Lord for the Israelites so much, the Most High had to ask him, do you love my people more than me that created them? But I have oftentimes drawn nigh unto thee and unto it, but never to the unrighteous. Okay. 8, 2nd Esdras 8, verse 8, verse 15 to 17. Now therefore, Lord, I will speak touching man in general, thou knowest best. So he's saying, touching the heathen, man, and he the Most High knows best for man. You feel me? But touching thy people, for whose sake I am sorry. So Edras was pleading to the Most High for Israel, because Edras was a Levite, man. So why is he not telling the Lord to not punish the world, the heathen, to not punish the heathen Gentiles too? Why he only pleading for his own people? You see, because Ezra's no, man. And for thy inheritance, for whose cause I mourn, and for Israel, for whom I am heavy, and for Jacob, for whose sake I am troubled. Even Paul said it, man. That's why he said, my continual prayer is that Israel, that they may be saved, man. 17. Therefore will I begin to pray before thee for myself and for them. Where's the word? Why he not praying and sorry for the Gentile heathens, Edras? For I see the falls of us that dwell in the land. What is John 3:16, right? Let's go to verse 26. Oh, look not upon the sins of thy people, your people, Israel, but on them which serve thee in truth. Alright? So Edras pleaded for his people. Just 5. Second Edras 5:33 through 35. 33 to 35. And I said, Speak on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, Thou art sore troubled in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them? Most High asking Edras, do you love my people more than me, and that I created them? And I said, No, Lord, but of very grief have I spoken. For my reins pain me every hour, while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High, and to seek out part of his judgment. And he said unto me, Thou cannot. And I said, Wherefore, Lord? Whereunto was I born then? Or why was not my mother's womb then my grave, that I might not have seen the travel of Jacob? See that? The travel of Jacob, the punishment, the pain, the suffering that we're going through, and the worrisome toll of the stock of Israel. Let's go to verse 40. Then said he unto me, Like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so canst thou not find out my judgment, or in the end the love that I have promised unto my people. Where's the world? Why he don't say the end that the Gentiles are going to get the love too? You see that? Because the Most High has something that's in these last days. The salvation is going to be wonderful that he does for Israel, man. He's going to wipe away all our tears and give us rest from our hard bondage, Israel. Or in the love, okay, that I have promised unto my people. Because remember, Israel, the Most High is chastising us. He's chastening us among these nations. So we're not supposed to feel comfortable and happy. We're going through punishment, discipline with punishment. But in the end, we're going to be saved, and we're going to be joy and happy in the kingdom, man, because he made the kingdom for us. And the Gentiles, they're going to be servants. All right. Let's go to Zechariah 8:23. They ain't going to teach you like this, heathens, in the churches. That's why you got to learn from the Israelites. All you've been learned was lies, man. That's it. 8:23. Zechariah 8:23. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations. This is an entire prophecy. Even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, We will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you. See, all the destructions that is going to be happening, man. It's going to be happening. They're going to be cleaving onto the so-called Negroes, the Israelites, man, the Jews, the true Israelites. They're going to be scared when all this destruction. So they're going to be cleaving to us. The same people that they was like, oh, y'all not the real Israelite. Y'all just monkeys and coons and apes and all of this. And y'all ain't nothing to the Most High. See how the Most High get you back, man? He'll get you back, man, where it hurts. He gets you just back where it hurts, man. And his word is sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing the soul, man. His word hurts you. Because the things that's said in here. You see that? The same very people y'all been treating bad and oppressing and doing dirty to and killing. And all you cops shooting and killing the Most High's people, man. Y'all gonna pay for it. Y'all gonna be running to us Israelites for protection. The so-called Negroes that you see that's teaching us. Y'all gonna be running. Because y'all gonna see this something spiritual gonna happen, man. Where we ain't gonna be touched through all this destruction. Y'all gonna be dying left and right, man. And y'all gonna see that the Negroes are God's chosen people. Y'all gonna see when he protect them, man, through all this stuff. And y'all gonna be running, man. Y'all gonna see the truth, man. Watch. Let's go to Isaiah 56, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. You see that? So the Most High, he's going to work in these last days, man. It's going to be crazier than any movie you ever seen or anything. Ain't going to be a day like it in these end days, man. Let's go to Zephaniah 2, verse 9. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even a breeding of nettles and salt pits and perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. See that? Own them. Y'all gonna be servants and handmaids, man, you nations. Let's go to Amos 9 and 12. It started verse 11. End time prophecy. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the branches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins and will build it as in the days of old, that they, who is they, the Israelites, that they may possess, hear the word possess again, the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this. The ones that he called to be servants and handmaids of the nations, y'all gonna be possessed, man. Y'all gonna be servants and handmaids in the kingdom. Let's go to Isaiah 54 and 3. It's not a joke, man. Ain't no John 3:16, buddy. All that's out the window. That's a lie. That's a lie to you heathens. The John 3:16 is only talking about Israel, man. It's only talking about Israel. 54 verse 3. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles. Oh man, how much more can it get? And thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. Let's go to Psalm 2 and 8. We're going to rule you nations, man, under the Most High in Christ, man. Y'all going to see. Okay. Psalms 2 and 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. Let's go to Psalms 111, verse 6. On 11 in verse 6. He hath showed his people the power of his works, that he may give them the heritage of the heathen. See that? Them the heritage of the heathen. That always was slaves, man. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's hit the nail in the coffin, man. Let's hit the nail in the coffin. Isaiah 14, verse 1 and 2. This end time prophecy was going to happen. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. This has not happened yet. And the strangers shall be joined with them. Let's see if everybody going to be kumbaya in the kingdom. So remember, the stranger, heathen, gentiles, whatever you want to call them, they the same. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, the Israelites, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess, hear that word possess again, them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Let's read that again. So Israel's shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, from thy fear, and from thy hard bondage, when thou was made to serve. And have the oppressor cease, the golden city cease. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the power of the rulers. See that? That's why he said here. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all been lied to, man. That's why he said here. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. See that? The ones that's going to be servants and handmaids. He's only going to wake up a small remnant of the heathen, man. They're going to be willingly to serve his people and to love his people and to serve them. They ain't going to be racist like you heathens that don't want to listen. Alright? See? Pour my spirit upon all flesh of the Israelites. And then down here is for you heathens. And also upon the servants. Why you think he called y'all servants? And upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. Telling y'all, man. Telling y'all. Because it all tells you here, man. Matter of fact, let's read it from the top. Joel 2 verse 27 through 29. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, that I am the Lord your God and none else. See that? I'm the Lord your God, Israel, and none else. You can't save these heathen, man. And my people shall never be ashamed. Just like he said, Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded world without end. Isaiah 45 verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded world without end. So let's go to the famous John 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world. Who was he talking about? The Israelites' world, that he gave his only begotten Son for them, that whosoever of the Israelites believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Because Christ was talking to Nicodemus, who was a rabbi a rabbi of the Jews. See this? Look. Jesus answered and said unto him, art thou not a master of Israel? So Nicodemus was a Jew. He was an Israelite. And thou knowest not these things? Let's go to him. Okay. Okay. Now let's get back. Now that you have to understand that John 3:16, heathen Gentiles is talking about the Israelites world. I just proved it to you. Let's go to, let's hit the nail in the coffin. Give me 1 minute. Just looking for this scripture. Telling you, man, y'all heathens gonna know. So the Most High said, Israel shall be the world saved. John 3:16 said, for God so loved the world. So it's the Israelites' world. Alright, the Most High word is truth, man. Whether you heathens gonna accept this truth or not, that's on y'all. Okay, let's go to real quick. Let's get one more world precept. Let's go to John 18:20. Jesus answered him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whether the Jews also always resort. In a secret have I said nothing. So he spoke to the world of the Jews. See that? I speak openly to the world. He ain't speak to the whole nations of the world. He stayed in Jerusalem and Israel. So that is showing you that the world is talking about the Israelites. Okay? John 3:16 is talking about the world of Israel, not regular heathens. Now let's go to get the nail in the coffin. Y'all gotta understand, man. Y'all gonna learn though when he come back. Y'all gonna see the truth, man. Verse 44. Leviticus 25, verse 44. Through 46. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers, what do you want to call the strangers, heathen or Gentiles, that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begot in your land, and they shall be your possession. Whoa. Let's see if it's a temporary possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance. What? And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. He's saying it again. They shall be your bondmen forever. I'm done. I could cut it off right here, man. I'm done. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, you shall not rule over one another with rigor. You see that? Y'all always been our slaves from the beginning. This is in the law. And the law is not done away with. Forever. He didn't say temporary. He said forever. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. Y'all was always amongst us, man. Y'all was always our slaves and servants. But what happened? This is what happened. Israel broke the law. Okay? Look at this. This was supposed to have been. And the Lord shall, Deuteronomy 28, verse 13, the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them. And Israel didn't listen. So what happened? Here we go. This is the answer right here. The stranger, the same ones in Leviticus 25 I just read, that y'all supposed to be our servants and bondmen forever, the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high. That's why you see that today. Our strangers, heathen Gentiles, is above his people at the bottom. And thou shalt come down very low. We see that today. 2018, man. And he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Right here, man. This is what happened. Y'all was always our slaves, but y'all, Most High made y'all the head, and Israel the tail, man. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee. Israelites have curses upon them, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord your God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So these signs will tell you who the Israelites they are in 2018, man. It's upon them, and it's the so-called Negroes. It's the so-called Negroes, man. We fit every curse to the T, man. More than any nation. Do your research, Gentiles. See? So this is the only reason why y'all up today and y'all got all the wealth. And y'all up above them. You see, let's go see what Edris told you. Let's see what Edris says. Because y'all got everything, man. They're not going to teach you this in them churches, man. I'm telling you, they're not going to teach you this in them churches. Second Esdras 3 verse 30 to 36. For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and hast spared wicked doers, and has destroyed your people, and has reserved thine enemies, and has not signified, because he's waiting to come down with wrath and anger, fierce anger on you heathens, man. He ain't touched y'all yet, but he's about to come back and destroy y'all. Serve thy enemies, and has preserved thy enemies, and has not signified it, has not done anything about it. I do not remember how this way may be left. Are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion? Are the Babylonian people better than your people, the Shemites, the Israelites? Or is there any other people that know of thee besides Israel? Nobody else know the Most High but Israel, man. Or what generation have so believed thy covenants as Jacob, and yet their reward appeareth not? That's why we got to endure through all this punishment, Israel, because our reward is the kingdom, man, and the crowns and everything, man. And their labor have no fruit, for I have gone here and through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth. See? Y'all flow in wealth like crazy, man. And y'all just step over God's people. Y'all don't help them or nothing, man. That's why he said, they that curse you, I will curse them. They that bless you, I will bless them. And think not upon thy commandments. So y'all either just flow in sin and evilness and wealth, and don't even think upon the Most High God of Israel commandments. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there is also that dwell in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? You even just are sinning the Most High sight forever, man. Y'all been doing it for since the beginning of time, man. And he just holding it up till y'all sins come to the fullness so he could bring down his wrath and his indignation upon y'all, man. Sent in thy sight. Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts. See, we keep the precepts, but not the heathen. That's why y'all just read John 3:16. Have no understanding, but not the heathen. See that? Telling you, man. Y'all about to pay, man, heavy, man. So I just showed y'all in the book of Leviticus, man. Y'all are servants forever. All right. 6:55, 59, 10 and 11, Israel, see. 32 and 8. This is what y'all gonna be doing, man. Let's go to Isaiah 60 and 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So the you nations that don't want to serve the Israelites in the end, man, he going to put y'all to death, man. He going to blot y'all name out from under heaven. Let's go to 61 and 5. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. Y'all going into servitude, man. Y'all going to be serving us in the kingdom. Let's go to 60 and 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy upon thee. It's all end time prophecy I'm reading. Let's go to 60 and 13. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary. And I will make the place of my feet glorious. Let's go to 63 and 5. 63 and 5. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Verse 5. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. See, y'all coming to be servants and handmaids, man. Ain't no kumbaya. Let's go to 60 and 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, that their kings may be brought. All right? That's right. Let's go to Isaiah 49 and 23. Ain't no joke, man. Isaiah 49 and 3. Isaiah 49 and 23. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and for they shall not be ashamed that wait on me. You see, you Gentiles gonna serve us, man. Kiss the dust of our feet for all y'all that y'all did, man. All right, let's go to Psalms 149 and 8. Psalms 149 and 8. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. go to Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45 and 14. Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains. He that leadeth in the captivity shall go into captivity. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely God is in thee, and there is none else. There is no God. Let's go to Isaiah 60 and 9. Surely the islands shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. 16 and 16. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles. All y'all stuff is coming to us, man. And shall suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior, and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. See that, Israel? Let's go to 61 and 6. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentile, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. That's right, all your money and all of this stuff is coming to us, man. It's coming to us. So y'all better enjoy now. 60 and 14. The sons also of them that afflict thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee, that hated us, shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. Then he say that, lick the dust of our feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Why does it say he's the God of the world? I've been duped, man. 16 and 14. Let's go to Isaiah 49 and 23. Lord, word is truth, man. And we in the end times, man. 49 and 23. 49. Okay, let's go to what I need. Let's go to Daniel 7 and 18. Daniel 7 and 18. Oh, behold. Let's go to Revelations 3 and 9 real quick. See, you fake Jews is going to be exposed too. So he said, I know them that say they are Jews are not, but of the synagogue of Satan. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. You so-called Jewish people that stole the Negro's identity, which say they are Jews, see that, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet. Y'all gonna bow down too, you so-called Jewish people. And to know that I have loved thee, the so-called Negroes, the true Israelites. You see? Because you heathens are liars, man. See, that's why he said right here, Revelations 2 verse 9, I know thy works in tribulation. He know the real Israelites works in tribulation. They being oppressed and killed continually. and poverty. That's right, we poor right now. We in the slums and the gutter, but we rich in spirit because the kingdom is ours, man. But thou art rich, and y'all heathens are really poor, man. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, so-called Jewish people that's living in our land, man, and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan. You see that? Let's go to Daniel 7 and 18. We almost out of here, Israel. Daniel 7 verse 18. But the saints of the Most High, because the saints and the elect is only Israel, of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. That's right, because the kingdom is ours. That's why when you read on Revelations, 144,000 is 12,000 from each 12 tribe of Israel. When you read Revelation, there's 12 gates in the kingdom, and there's 12 angels standing there, and there's 12 sanctuaries in it, and on each name of the gate is each name of the 12 tribes of Israel. You see, but you heathens don't read that. All right, let's go to Daniel 7 and 22. Daniel 7 and 22. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom, which we are living in this time right now. Most High is getting ready to come back. I don't know the day, time, or the hour, but I know by the signs that Christ gave us, man. The signs is in the Bible, and it's showing it's leading up to his coming. Let's go to 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints, right? Israel of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. You're going to be in servitude, man. Let's prove that, man, that Israel is the saints. So you people, you Gentiles don't say, oh, but the saints could be anybody. Let's go to Psalms 148. Psalms 148 and 14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, that people near to him praise ye the Lord, proving that the saints are the Israelites and not no heathen Gentiles. All right, so Israel's going to possess the kingdom, man. Not no regular Gentiles. The Most High has given us our rest from our bondage, man. Not heathen Gentiles. I got that messed up by the church and religion, lied to y'all. All right. They lied to y'all, man. Let me see, so. All right. Now let's get back. Let's go to Zechariah 14 and 16. 14, Zechariah 14, 16 to 21, end time prophecy. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations after he destroy y'all, and send fire down from heaven, which came against Jerusalem, shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the feast of tabernacles. So when most of the nations be put to death and be thrown in the lake of fire, the nations that's left that he spares, y'all gonna have to come up to Jerusalem year from year to keep the feast of tabernacle. And it shall be that whosoever will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. Because everything go back to the days of old. It ain't gonna be no more stores and supermarkets. You got to grow your food, man, from the land and all that, man. So if your crops ain't getting no rain, you're gonna die out. Most High is gonna blot you out from under heaven. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague. He gonna send the plague on y'all again, man, you Egyptians. Wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen. See that? So any heathen of the nations that's left, he gonna smite y'all. Alright? Kill y'all that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. So the nations that's left, they're gonna have to do this. And in that day shall there be upon the bells of the horses holiness unto the Lord, and the pots in the Lord's house shall be like the bowls before the altar. Yeah, every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah shall be holiness unto the Lord of hosts. There ain't gonna be no more evil, wicked, or Satan, man. All that's gonna cease to exist. It's gonna be nothing but righteousness. And all they that sacrifice shall come and take of them, see if they're in. And in that day there shall be no more the Canaanite. So you Canaanites is going to be blotted out of existence, man, in the house of the Lord of Canaanite, in the house of the Lord of hosts. You see that? It's over. Alright. Let's go to precept that, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. The ones I just read you in Zechariah. Alright? And this right here is the lake of fire, man. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me, for their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh, man. Alright, so let's continue. Let's go to Micah 4 and 5. Micah 4 verse 5. For all people will walk everyone in the name of his God. See, y'all gonna be serving y'all heathen gods, man. And we will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever. See, y'all think y'all coming in to Jerusalem to worship God, man. You think that's your God? Nah, Israelites gonna worship their God, man. And y'all gonna walk after y'all Buddha God or whatever. Y'all gonna worship after y'all gods, man. See that? Ain't no kumbaya in the kingdom. Is for Israel, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy 4 and 19. We almost up out of here, Israel. Because this is what he gave y'all. These are your gods right here. Unless thou lift up thy eyes unto heaven, talking to Israel, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, which you heathens worship, shall be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. He divided all those, the sun, the moon, and stars, to you nations to worship, man. That's who y'all worship, because he's not your God. He's not your God. Let's go to Acts 7 and 42. Acts 7 and verse 42. Then God turned and gave them up to worship the host of heaven, as is written in the book of the prophets, O ye house of Israel. That's what happened when Israel, our forefathers, worshiped the heathen gods, man. And have ye offered the slain beasts, sacrifices by the space of 40 years in the wilderness? See? He told y'all not to worship the heathen gods, man. Let's go to Jeremiah 10, verse 2. Y'all know where I'm going with this. That's why we gotta stop doing this today, too. Stop worshiping these false gods, man. Jeremiah 10, verse 2. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, not the world, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen. So come out of these pagan holidays, Israel. Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and all these pagan days. Those are the heathen days. That's their customs. It's all vanity, man. And it's worship of devils, man. Because the heathens worship devils, man. Alright? Signs of heaven for the heathen are dismayed at them. You see that? For the customs of the people are vain, man. So don't get caught when Christ come back. Israel worshiping these holidays. Come out of Christmas and all that. That was not our customs, man. They taught us that garbage. He's only our God, man. Let's go to Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord thy God, your God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Okay. Let's go to Deuteronomy 5 and 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Most I say it again. Let's go to Psalms 81 and 10. We almost up out of here. Psalms 81 verse 10. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. Alright? Because they ain't going to teach you this truth, man. Alright? So we have come to an end, Israel. And this is the final lesson of the heathen Gentiles, our servants. So with that said, I want to give all praises to the Most High God of Israel, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. I am that I am. And his holy son, Jesus Christ, man. Yeshua HaMashiach. Continue to seek the truth, Israel, and you Gentiles continue to seek the truth. Alright? I thank the Most High for allowing me to do this lessons, man. Alright? See y'all later, Israel. Shalom. Peace and blessings, man. I love y'all.